right now from today's TMJ4.
This is Live at Daybreak.
4:30 in the morning and a live look outside. 43 degrees and rain to get you started here on this Christmas week.
And are you talking snow
You
at
just
all?
had to do that, didn't you?
It's all like perspective.
Are you talking about snow at all this week?
Sure.
You are.
Yeah, in the
For
mountains
us?
out west.
Talking about it not being here, right?
Right, not being here. I like that. It's like, and more rain this Christmas week.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I drove past a little Switz last night. There were some skiers out there. It was like 47 degrees, but but there's a little snow on the hills.
Well, they've managed to make some snow because it's at least been cold overnight.
Right.
Are you going to ruin that this week, too?
Absolutely. I'm the Grinch. I hope you had a great weekend, everyone. We have some drizzle and very light rain out there this morning. A lot of it is now pushed off to the east, but there's more to come. So if you're heading out the door the next few minutes or so, grab the umbrella because you will definitely need the umbrella up until around noon or 1 o'clock today as this system pushes off to the east. Another mild start, upper 30s to lower 40s across the areas. 43 Milwaukee and Racine, 37 out towards Watertown. The wind between 5 and 15 out of the south and southwest, and that's where it will stay today. You can see a few isolated little downpours throughout the morning hours. We'll continue to see widespread rain showers up until around the noon hour, and then as the afternoon wears on, it will gradually begin to taper off. We might even see just a little bit of sunshine late in the day, but this morning it's going to be rainy, it's going to be foggy, and it's going to be mild. 46 by noon, and then the cold front pushes through, and 43 by 3 o'clock. We will tell you when another chance of rain comes up this week in just a few minutes.
All right. Thanks very much, Brian. New this morning, this is a live look at the Las Vegas Strip right now. One person is dead and more than 30 others are hurt after police say a woman plowed into crowds who were walking on the Strip. Investigators say the driver, a woman in her 20s, intentionally hit at least 2 and possibly 3 crowds of people outside the Paris Hotel and Casino. That happened last night. Police say there was a toddler in the woman's car. The child, though, was not hurt. The driver took off, however, was eventually taken into custody.
In Milwaukee, a man under arrest after police say he took church members hostage. This was yesterday afternoon, 53rd and Burleigh. Police think it started when the suspect hit a county bus while driving a stolen car. The driver ran into the house of God, where there was eventually a peaceful ending.
We were sad about it because something like that was going on. We don't know what was going on with this young man. All we knew is that this person was outside and the police was trying to get them to give themselves over to them.
Police ultimately used tear gas to draw the suspect out. He was taken into custody and then to the hospital for treatment and evaluation. Alcohol may have been a factor in a crash that left 2 people with broken legs.
Racine County authorities say a 52-year-old man crossed the center line, hitting a 61-year-old woman head-on. This happened in Rochester last night. Flight for Life took both drivers to Frederick Hospital. No one else was injured. Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies arrested 6 drunk drivers in Operation Drive Sober campaign this weekend. One person was a repeat offender. Another was driving with an 8-year-old child in the car. Authorities have arrested more than 1,400 repeat offenders in Milwaukee County since January of 2010. The last few days of campaigning before the holiday have many of the Republican candidates meeting in New Hampshire today.
Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton's comments about ISIS during Saturday night's Democratic debate are drawing fire from Donald Trump, who called her a liar. Tracy Potts reports.
She lies like crazy about everything.
That's Donald Trump's reaction to what Hillary Clinton said about ISIS in Saturday's debate.
They are going to people showing videos of Donald Trump insulting Islam and Muslims in order to recruit more radical jihadists.
Nobody has been able to back that up. It's nonsense. It's just another Hillary lie.
Trump actually agrees with Democrat Bernie Sanders on dealing with ISIS and Syria's president.
Assad, I want to see him go. But that is a secondary issue compared to the destruction of ISIS.
We're not going to take Assad out. The Syrian people are going to take Assad out.
Jeb Bush is still trying to get traction, saying Trump's not a serious candidate.
He said that ISIS is not a threat. 2 months ago, he gets his news from the shows.
Ted Cruz, steering clear of Trump, is taking aim at President Obama on global warming.
What kind of numbskull thinks that the SUV in your driveway is a bigger threat to our security than a bunch of lunatics who want to kill us?
The first caucuses and primaries are now just over a month away. At least 6 candidates are scheduled to be in New Hampshire today. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
Latest New Hampshire numbers showing Trump 16 points over Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio.
A busy week ahead for people who still have some Christmas shopping to do. Retailers expect big numbers thanks to a lot of procrastinators. Rebecca Klopf caught up with some last-minute shoppers at Brookfield Square Mall.
There may only be 5 days left until Christmas, but only about a third of Americans are done with their shopping this year. Santa may already have your list and checked it twice, but a lot of people are still working on theirs.
First day Christmas shopping.
This new mom is not alone.
Procrastinator. Big procrastinator. I always wait to the last minute.
The latest Reuters Ipsos poll shows 17% of people have not started either. Some people say they're too busy or haven't gotten out to a mall yet, but polls show about half of Americans who still need to buy are waiting on purpose. They're looking for deep discounts.
The sales are really great this year. I feel like before Christmas, it's a little bit better than Thanksgiving.
Anastasia Runley manages a store that sells mainly to teens. She's got a couple of suggestions if you still don't know what to buy.
Infinity scarves. They love them. They sell like candy. And fuzzy socks.
Josie Ortiz says at this point, she's just grabbing gifts.
I don't know, just rush shopping.
If you still need to shop, most malls in this area are open until 10 p.m. all this week, except on Christmas Eve. Then your cutoff is 6. In Brookfield, Rebecca Clough, today's TMJ4.
In sports news now, Bucks assistant coach Joe Prunty will fill in as head coach after Jason Kidd announced that he's having hip surgery today. Kidd is out indefinitely while he recovers. The second-year coach said he has put off having the surgery as long as he could. He says it's to correct a deteriorating condition that started at the end of his playing days. With 2 games left in the regular season, the Green Bay Packers have clinched a playoff spot after a 30-20 win over the Oakland Raiders.
The 7th straight postseason berth is a franchise record. Next week, the Packers head to Arizona, will take on the Cardinals. Green Bay playing its final regular season game at home January 3rd against the Minnesota Vikings. That one could be for the division title. Today's TMJ4 is your official Packers station. Join us tomorrow and every Tuesday for Packers Live with Larry McCarron. The Rock's guest tomorrow is cornerback Casey Hayward. And up next on Live at Daybreak this morning.
Heating costs help. Why customers could pay less for heating this winter than in any of the past 15 winters.
Plus, a huge mistake at the Miss Universe pageant. Why Miss Columbia was forced to hand over the crown after she was announced the winner.
And let's take a live look outside as we get going on this December 21st. Raindrops to start your Monday.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. We're looking live at Kohl's, where they are open 24 hours a day until 6 p.m. Christmas Eve. If you go now, it looks pretty good. You don't have to wait in line. I gotta run out there and get Vinny's gift. Welcome back, everyone. We still have some light rain, some drizzle around the area, everything moving out of here to the northeast, but there's going to be more, and it's going to be heavier as we get to around sunrise up until around noon today. Could easily pick up about a quarter to maybe a half inch of rain yet this morning, and as it tapers off throughout the afternoon. It is warm enough once again to be rain. Upper 30s to lower 40s around the area. A little bit of a breeze, so there's some wind chills in the lower 30s, but it is warm once again for December. 46 this afternoon. There'll be some showers gradually moving out of the area and some fog with the southwest wind shifting to the north behind a cold front. Is there any snow this week? We'll show you that coming up.
All right, sounds good, Brian. Thanks very much. The mild start to the winter season giving some people a big break in heating costs. We Energy says it's possible customers will pay less for heating this winter than in any of the past 15 winters. The National Weather Service says this month ranks as the 3rd warmest December on record in Milwaukee and Madison.
Good news for holiday travelers. Gas prices have gone down as well to where they were back in April of 2009. According to AAA, average price for gas in Milwaukee, $1.89 a gallon, and $1.88 in Madison. State average hovering about $1.92. The national average is $1.99. Now, still ahead here on Live at Daybreak this morning.
Miss Universe mix-up. The apology from host Steve Harvey after he announced the wrong winner.
Also ahead, the biggest box office opening in history. what director J.J. Abrams is saying about the hot holiday movie.
Good morning, I'm Elise Menaker, and this is your 1-minute drill. Before last night's game even ended, the Packers clinched a playoff spot, but their job wasn't done. They went to Oakland to beat the Raiders. First quarter, back-to-back interceptions and scores make this game 14-zip, but it's 14-13 at the half. Third quarter, Raiders go up 3 after Amari Cooper's second touchdown of the game, but James Jones has this go-ahead touchdown against the team that cut him, and the Packers get the 30-20 win. Last night, the Bucs announced that head coach Jason Kidd is out indefinitely. He will undergo hip surgery. Assistant coach Joe Prunty will take the reins. Yesterday, the Bucs wrapped up a 4-game road trip against the Suns. Third quarter, the Bucs down by as many as 15. They closed the gap, less than 30 seconds to go in the game. Greg Monroe puts the Bucs up 2, and they snap a 12-game road losing streak with a 101-95 win. That's your 1-minute drill. I'm Elise Menaker.
All right, Elise, thanks very much. The host of the Miss Universe pageant is apologizing after a big mistake on stage.
Came down to the final 2 contestants. Host Steve Harvey accidentally announced the runner-up as the winner.
Okay, folks, I have to apologize. The first runner-up is Colombia. This is exactly what's on the card. I will take responsibility for this.
As you can see, Miss Philippines looked fairly shocked hearing that she is the actual winner. Harvey went on to apologize as the winner, Miss Philippines, took her first walk on the stage. I am? Oh, I'm not?
She doesn't know what to do. She's like, give me that crown.
I am.
I've been in pageants. You don't want to be the girl who actually won, after the fact, because then it's just like, I don't want to, please don't hate me. Give me my crown.
I've had that problem before.
I believe that.
Well, and Steve Harvey is a comedian.
Oh,
so at first, right? I mean,
like,
by trade. So at first, you're like, is he serious?
Well, nothing funny about that, was it?
Oh my
and
goodness.
the country you don't want to tick off is Colombia. Good morning, everyone. Hope all of you had a great weekend. 50 degrees once again yesterday. 50. Oh, as we said earlier in the newscast, the 3rd warmest December on record so far. My lawn is nice and green. We're changing the song to White Christmas to Green Christmas this year. 48 in West Bend, 48 in Burlington, 48 in Watertown. Those were yesterday's temps. We're going to be close to that once again today. Now, we've had some drizzle and very light rain overnight into the early morning hours, and we will continue to see that off and on. Then it gets a little bit heavier as we get toward the morning commute, go figure, up until around noon, maybe 1 o'clock. We're watching this area down to the southwest, getting ready to move into the Quad Cities. That will be here later this morning and into the early afternoon. You can see the future forecast. We'll have some isolated downpours at times, otherwise light to moderate rain across most of the area, and it will continue to rain light to moderate up until around noon, 1 o'clock, before things start to slowly begin to dissipate throughout the afternoon. Could even see maybe a little bit of sunshine, but highly unlikely. It's going to be pretty foggy out there as well. Most of us should pick up a quarter to almost a ½ inch of rain from this latest round, which would have been another 3 to 5 inches of snow. We'd be buried in snow right now if this was actually a cold enough winter, but instead, it's been rain. Temperatures right now, upper 30s to lower 40s. There's a little bit of light rain around Jefferson County from Sullivan, 37 degrees, Palmyra, some sprinkles in 39, and then Fort Atkinson currently at 38 degrees. The wind is out of the south between 5 and 15. That is creating some wind chills this morning, right around that freezing mark, but that doesn't create snow. It's the actual temperature, which is close to 40 degrees. It will be 46 this afternoon. The showers ending. So will the fog and southwest winds between 10 and 15. Shifting to the north, that's when we'll push the rain out of here once the cold front moves in. Lows tonight will be in the mid to upper 30s. Could see a little bit of freezing drizzle well inland up toward the Green Lake, maybe Fond du Lac, as temperatures will be just cold enough. Otherwise, tomorrow, still warm, but temperatures will be cooler, upper 30s to lower 40s with a light southwesterly wind. Here's your 7-day forecast. If you're looking for some snow, look elsewhere. 42 on Tuesday. Rain likely and heavy at times with the fog on Wednesday. It'll be 53 degrees Wednesday. Christmas Eve, 39 degrees, so at least it's going to be a little bit cooler. Christmas Day, 42. Santa will be wearing shorts and a tank top. And rain likely this weekend as well. Tatiana?
Santa in a Speedo, hanging out on the beach. Oh. Good morning. There's an image for you. Good morning. Taking a live look right now. This is 94 at 76th Street. You can see free flowing in both directions. Issue free on the road. It is quiet out there, but of course, as we have mentioned before, since it has been raining, a little soaking out on the roads, a little slippery in some spots. So definitely plan ahead. But taking a look, speeds 894 traveling northbound is at 56 miles per hour. Looking here at the Marquette interchange, a little bit of a slowdown because of overnight closures. So speeds are as slow as 33 miles per hour. So definitely plan ahead. But looking at your drive times right now, Good Hope to the Zoo is at 8 minutes. Moreland to Marquette is at 10 minutes, and Marquette to Moreland is also at 10. Back to you.
Mother Nature put up a spectacular show in the sky near Spokane, Washington. These are images of the northern lights just east of that city. The best time to see the lights, usually in winter, from places like northwestern Canada or Alaska.
A private aerospace company is going to try once again to get back into the space flying game today. SpaceX set to launch its Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida. The company's space flights have been on hold since one of its rockets exploded in June.
Well, you can say the new Star Wars movie has the Force on its side, at least at the box office.
Pamela Brown reports the movie broke some all-time records in just its opening weekend.
Star Wars Awakens to the biggest box office opening in history. The newest installment bringing in an estimated $238 million this weekend in the U.S. and Canada alone. The sci-fi franchise continues its legacy of being an opening weekend hit. The first Star Wars film also had the highest weekend debut back in 1977. The Force Awakens flew past current record holder Jurassic World. But it's no surprise. Fans were anticipating the movie well before its arrival, standing in line for hours, even days for tickets.
Well, I started on December 5th.
I put in about 26 hours on Friday.
3 days now and got here at 5 a.m. this morning.
One couple even marked it as their own special day.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. May your love last longer than a Sarlacc's digestion.
The White House even got in on the action, sharing the stage with a stormtrooper at Friday's press briefing. And President Obama ended his last press conference of the year with this.
Okay, everybody, I got to get to Star Wars.
And it's not just the box office. The Force Awakens was also a hit with critics, scoring near perfect on RottenTomatoes.com. So what will director J.J. Abrams think about all this?
The success for me is just going to be if people go and like the film, and if kids go and see themselves in the movie, and people feel better when they leave the theater than when they got there, and the numbers are the numbers.
Pamela Brown, CNN, New York.
And people have already seen it like 2 and 3 times already, right? I mean, they just went over and over?
Well, because there are a lot of really intense plot developments that you have to go and never mind, it's fine.
You don't want to give it away.
I lost you already.
Everybody at home wants
Still ahead on Live at Daybreak this morning.
Double check Dove chocolate, why a certain kind could be a problem for people with food allergies.
Also, staying warm this winter, why one local woman is collecting hundreds of pairs of socks.
And do you need to buy some socks or anything else for someone on your Christmas list? Live picture coming to us from Kohl's in Oak Creek. See those people inside? It's actually open for business. It's the non-stop 24 hours until Christmas Eve. Kohl's is right in the middle of it. Candy maker Mars is recalling 6,700 cases of Dove chocolate assortment snowflakes because the items may contain pieces of Snickers, Milky Way, or Twix. Those candies have peanut, wheat, and egg in them, and that could cause problems for people with food allergies. The Dove chocolate snowflakes were only sold at Walmart stores. If you do have a bag, you can return it for a refund. More Wisconsin National Guard soldiers returned home for the holidays. 6 soldiers returned to Milwaukee yesterday morning after spending 7 months in Kuwait. In all, about 30 soldiers have returned over the past week.
Happening today, the annual Today's TMJ4 Holiday Drive-Through Food Drive. We've teamed up with Feeding America to make sure that nobody goes hungry over the holiday season, and you can help by dropping off non-perishable food items here at the station, or you can call in a donation to our phone bank. We will have a host of special guests here to make your donations worthwhile, including Santa and Mrs. Claus. When they're both together this time of year, like that's a pretty big event.
Yep.
The drive-through donation runs from noon until 7 o'clock. A Milwaukee woman is spending this holiday season collecting the least donated item to the homeless, socks.
Sammy Grady and her Aunt Kelly transformed their living room into part of Santa's workshop when they discovered those who are homeless often do not have a single pair of clean, dry socks. They felt they had to do something. Their dream of collecting just 500 pairs of socks tripled in a matter of weeks.
What can we do in our small little corner of the world to make this, to reach out in some way or to do something nice?
So they plan to donate the socks to the 26th annual Salvation Army's Christmas Family Feast. You have time to donate socks as well. We have all the drop-off locations on our website, TMJ4.com. Still ahead on Live at Daybreak on this Monday morning.
Why a man will not be charged after shooting and killing his own brother.
Also, debate controversy, why the 3 Democratic presidential candidates are not happy with how the DNC has been scheduling their debates.
And new this morning, 1 dead, dozens injured after a crash along the Las Vegas Strip. I'm Bridget Shanahan. Coming up, what happened and why police say the driver did it on purpose.
And it's Christmas week, and you got it. More rain. Already on the radar. You'll need the umbrella today and a couple more days this week. We'll show you when coming up.
Right now from today's TMJ4.
This is Live at Daybreak.
Right now on Live at Daybreak, expected in court. The charges a friend of the San Bernardino shooters is facing today.
Then candidate controversy, why some are questioning the scheduling of the Democratic debates.
And let's take a live look. This is Kohl's in Oak Creek this morning. Do you have any shopping you have to get done before work at 5 a.m.? Well, they're open now through Christmas Eve. Coming up, 3 ways to relieve stress if you still have some holiday shopping to do on your list. And good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Monday. I'm Susan Kim.
And I'm Vince Vetrano. Another wet, mild December day. Meteorologist Brian Goddard has our first check of the Storm Team forecast.
Don't shop at 4:30 in the morning, I guess, when I release. But that's when I can only go, though, to get Vinny's gift. Otherwise, everybody tells him what I got him. So, good morning, everyone. Everybody tells him on Twitter every year. We had some rain showers and some drizzle overnight, and we're still seeing that very light rain over southeastern Wisconsin, and it will continue to move in here throughout the morning hours. We're going to need the umbrella probably until around noon, 1 o'clock this morning and early afternoon because of this little storm system coming on through here. Temperatures, though, warm enough where it's just going to be rain. Upper 30s to lower 40s once again. The wind is out of the south between 5 and 15, creating a little bit of a wind chill, and it is damp outside, so those upper 30s to lower 40s feel a little on the cool side. We will see some isolated heavier downpours, but for the most part, widespread light to moderate rain between now and noon, and then gradually tapering off throughout the afternoon, and we will stay cloudy and foggy throughout the day. So here's the day planner. As I mentioned, grab the umbrella. 43 degrees, 46 by noon for your high, and then the cold front comes through, and we slowly start to cool down. But like all the other cold fronts so far this year, Tatiana, no Arctic air. Back to you.
Oh, darn. No shoveling for you. There you go. Think of the silver lining. Taking a live look right now, you can see this is 94 at County T Road. A little quiet out there on the roads. They are slippery, they are slick, but thankfully there are no incidents this morning as you head out the door. I do want to mention one large overnight closure here in the zoo. It's a system interchange full closure. US 45 going southbound towards 94 East, 894 going northbound towards 94 East. Both of those will shut down starting tonight at 11 o'clock and go until 4:30 tomorrow morning. Definitely plan ahead. Looking at your drive times, Good Hope to the zoo is at 9. Moreland to Marquette is 10. Marquette to Moreland also at 10. And looking elsewhere, we're on time this morning. Back to you, Vince and Susan.
All right, thanks, Tatiana. New this morning, authorities are saying the woman who drove her car onto the sidewalk on the Las Vegas Strip did it intentionally.
One person dead, at least 30 others got hurt. Bridget Shanahan is here now with more on what we know. Bridget?
Well, Vince and Susan, the woman driving that car is in police custody. Investigators now saying she had a toddler in the car with her when all of this happened. Las Vegas police say the woman drove up onto the sidewalk in front of the Paris Hotel and Casino 2, possibly even 3 times. One witness said she was going as fast as 30 or 40 miles an hour. Investigators are now looking at all of the surveillance video from the area, interviewing dozens of witnesses, trying to pinpoint exactly what happened. But at this point, there's no word on why the woman did it. We do know she's in her 20s, was driving a car with Oregon plates, and again, authorities say she intentionally drove onto that sidewalk. All the while, bystanders were trying to stop the car.
It literally looked like she wasn't even trying to stop the car. She was just sitting there, like, just looking straight forward, not even moving. The windshields were busted. and there were like 3 or 4 men like running after her to try to stop the car.
The driver is now in custody as authorities are trying to figure out if she had drugs or alcohol in her system. Vince?
All right, thanks, Bridget. About 4 minutes after 5 and more news now. A friend of the San Bernardino shooters is expected in court today for a bail and detention hearing. Enrique Marquez charged with conspiracy to commit crimes of terrorism. Prosecutors believe Marquez bought the 2 rifles that Syed Farouk and his wife used in the massacre that left 14 dead and more than 20 wounded. The Democratic presidential candidates faced off in their final debate of the year over the weekend.
But what seems to be getting a lot of attention isn't the content of the debates, but instead the scheduling. Reed Binion reports.
For the third and final debate of 2015, Democratic presidential candidates Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and Martin O'Malley battled on key issues like gun control and national security, this time in New Hampshire. While many of the GOP debates saw high ratings with primetime weekday slots, the last 2 Democratic debates, scheduled by the Democratic National Committee for Saturday nights, haven't gotten much attention. CNN's Jake Tapper asked candidate Martin O'Malley for his take on the scheduling.
I want to ask you about the role that the DNC is playing in this election, which Senator Sanders has focused on. Do you think the reason 2 of the 3 Democratic debates have been scheduled on Saturday nights is because the DNC wants to limit the audience and thereby, under this theory, help Hillary Clinton?
Yes. In fact, that's also why, for the first time ever, they've limited the number of debates.
Indeed, at this stage in 2007, Democratic presidential hopefuls had debated 17 times. The last televised Democratic debate on CBS also aired on a Saturday and averaged 8.5 million viewers, a significant drop from the CNN Democratic debate, which aired on a Tuesday a month earlier and averaged 15.3 million viewers. More complete ratings from Saturday night's debate will be available Monday. Meanwhile, the next Democratic presidential primary debate is set for Sunday, January 17th in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Reed, thank you very much. Here at home, Fox Point police are investigating a crash that sent a 17-year-old to the hospital. Police say the teen hit a tree while driving on Lake Drive. Witnesses told investigators the victim may have been speeding.
No charges will be filed against a man who shot and killed his own brother during an argument at a Milwaukee restaurant. This was last weekend at the Bungalow restaurant on the north side. District attorney said that the shooting appears to have been in self-defense. A final goodbye for a volunteer firefighter who was killed in the line of duty. 56-year-old Lawrence Millard was hit and killed last weekend while directing traffic at a crash scene out in Marquette County. Investigators say the driver did not see him on the road. His funeral took place at Portage High School. It's 5:06 and coming up next year on Live at Daybreak this morning.
Some new rules if you have a drone or plan to purchase one for the holidays.
Then deadly disaster, a rescue underway in China after a massive landslide.
And last-minute shopping rush, the good news for people who haven't even started their shopping yet.
And taking a live look outside as we come up now on 5:07. The slice of ice actually has ice on it. We'll see how it holds up in our mild and rainy weather ahead.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your weekend, and don't adjust your televisions. That is ice on the slice of ice. It opened this weekend. It's gonna be warm. If you don't mind falling down and wearing shorts, go for it. It's gonna be warm the next couple of days. They are open from 11 to 10 today. Finally, some things starting to get a little bit looking more like the holidays, but it's going to be warm and rainy. You'll need the umbrella today. That's a lot of green on the radar once again. Not seeing any snow this morning as temperatures are in the upper 30s to lower 40s. It's 40 in Fond du Lac, 43 here in Milwaukee and Racine, and 42 in Lake Geneva. So that freezing mechanisms for the ice working overtime to keep that icy. You can see on the future forecast there will be some scattered rain showers off and on throughout the morning into the early afternoon, picking up about a quarter to maybe a half inch of rain once again before it's all said and done early afternoon. Temperatures today will be in the mid-40s. Could have been another 3 to 5 inches of snow today. Snow lovers are just shaking their head. Vinny and Susan.
Thanks, Brian. If you have a drone or plan on buying one this holiday season, required registration begins today. Unmanned aircraft systems weighing between just over a half pound to 55 pounds must be registered with the FAA no later than February 19th. For anyone who purchases a drone after today, it must be registered before its first flight outdoors. The FAA is waiving the $5 fee until January 10th.
Well, with just a few days until Christmas, retailers are working hard to get shoppers through the doors this week.
An estimated 17% of Americans hadn't even started checking things off their lists a week before Christmas. But there is good news for procrastinators. Some are offering discounts up to 40% off, extending store hours, offering free shipping, and slashing prices on less popular items.
Most of the deepest discounts right now can be found in apparel, all kinds of apparel actually, and not just those winter coats and scarves and hats. Some electronics, of course, and even some home goods.
A few tips to relieve stress in this crunch time. Experts say consider ordering online and picking up at the store. Take advantage of free gift wrapping and look out for stackable coupons. Up next here on Live at Daybreak this morning.
Holiday trouble on Candy Cane Lane. What neighbors say a thief stole right from someone's lawn.
Plus an Air France emergency landing for the 4th time this month. The item one passenger found that prompted the scare in the sky.
Stephanie Kari, deployed to Al Udeid Air Base, Qatar. I'd like to wish my family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. Hi, Grandma. Go Pack, go!
Beyond Wisconsin now, rescuers in China are searching for more than 90 people after a landslide disaster. A mountain of soil and construction waste buried dozens of buildings when it swept through an industrial park. At last check, 13 survivors are in the hospital. 3 are in critical condition. No word yet on what caused that landslide. We've learned a fake bomb prompted the emergency landing of an Air France flight. The plane was on its way to Paris, but instead landed in Kenya after a passenger found the device in the plane's restroom. It was rigged with cardboard, sheets of paper, and a household timer. The airline CEO says this was the 4th bomb hoax against the airline in recent weeks. People who live in Beijing, China are being forced to walk around outside with masks on because the smog is so bad. It's blamed on coal-burning power plants, industrial pollution, and cars. Earlier this month, city officials said children were banned from outdoor recess.
Bluebell ice cream is set to line store shelves once again across Louisiana. It'll be the first time in months. This comes after a recall over listeria concerns earlier this year. Shoppers and store clerks are excited about its return just in time for the holidays.
It couldn't come at a better time. This is a Christmas gift for Bluebell lovers like myself. It's almost like a Black Friday because everybody's going to get it. The shelves are going to be empty just like it is now, and I just can't wait.
Bluebell began restocking store shelves across the country back in August.
Here at home, trouble in the Candy Cane Lane neighborhood as it finishes up its final week. According to its website, someone stole Star Wars characters from a resident's lawn. The tour raises money for the MAC Fund. So far, they've raised about $23,000 of their $100,000 goal. If you have any information on the stolen holiday decorations, you are asked to call West Dallas Police. A Milwaukee winter tradition is now open. Look, this is a live picture coming to us. We're at the Slice of Ice at Red Arrow Park. And you can see there is ice there. It officially opened over the weekend. And according to its website, you can skate from 11 this morning until 10 o'clock at night. The city did have to push back its opening date because of our warmer winter weather that we've been having. And this morning, we're starting off really mild again.
And wet. We'll see how the ice holds up this week. Over to Brian Goddard for a check on our storm team forecast.
Might be a little slushy at times the next couple of days. A little soft landing. I like that. Softer ice because I'm going to fall a lot. Temperatures yesterday, despite the clouds, upper 40s to lower 50s. It was windy, but it was that wind that brought in the warmer temperatures. It just seems like, another 50-degree day in December. Big deal. It has just been very mild. It's the third warmest December in recorded history here in Milwaukee. Now, the clouds did bring a little bit of drizzle and light rain overnight, and we're seeing that once again early this morning around the region. And this is going to start to fill in a little bit more, and the rain will become a little bit heavier. And we're watching this region down to the southwest, down around the Quad Cities. Now, it's not going to be that heavy when it reaches us, but we will see some good rain showers out of this morning and into the early afternoon. You can see by 9 a.m. some light to moderate, even some isolated heavier downpours around the region. So keep the umbrella handy this morning and even to around 1, maybe 2 o'clock this afternoon before things finally start to move out of here. It's going to be very dreary this morning. Foggy as well, so it's going to be a tough start to the Monday morning. Rain totals could be anywhere from a quarter to almost a half inch of rain rain before it is all said and done earlier this afternoon. But it will all be rain. Temperatures upper 30s to lower 40s to start off your Monday, so another warm start to the day. Around Jefferson County, that light rain starting to move in a little bit more widespread as temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s. Southerly winds currently at 5 to 15 miles per hour, creating a little bit of a wind chill. In some spots getting close to that freezing mark at 32 or 33 degrees right now in Waukesha, 34 in Burlington, and feels like 37 in Milwaukee. But wind chill does not make it snow, unfortunately. Temperatures are just way too warm. This afternoon, the rain and the fog will gradually get out of here, but it's going to be 46 degrees, 15 degrees above normal, and a north wind develops later today as that weak cold front pushes through. Even though a cold front comes through this afternoon, temperatures stay in the mid to upper 30s. That's warmer than our normal high temperatures. And tomorrow, not a big warm up, but it'll be upper 30s to lower 40s with a southwest wind at 5 to 10. So for today, cloudy and foggy with rain showers likely up until around 1 o'clock and then gradually tapering off. A high of 46 today, tomorrow 42 and partly cloudy, 53 on Wednesday, and more rain, and it will be heavy at times. It does get cooler for Christmas Eve at 39 degrees, and Christmas Day is 42. Santa's working on his tan. It is going to be warm around here. Tatiana.
Surfing Santa. All right, taking a live look right now. Let's look at my map when it goes westbound on 94 from Oconomowoc to the zoo as well. Zoo to the Oconomowoc, or the zoo interchange, not Oconomowoc. Takes you between 22 to 26 minutes. Speeds are at or above 62 miles per hour as you continue eastbound from the Marquette to the zoo as well as zoo to the Marquette. It's 6 minutes in both directions and speeds are at or above 55 miles per hour. So we are on time with drive times with wet roads right now. Back to you.
Many Americans consider the holidays to be the best time of year for making special memories with friends and family. But as Erica Edwards reports, for those with food allergies, it can be a very difficult time as well.
11-year-old Zach Churchill has severe peanut allergies, and like most people with allergies, he's become an expert on reading food labels.
I have to read everything, dig through the trash, and be like, oh, is this okay? And then go dumpster diving for ingredients and all that to see if it was okay.
The holiday season can be problematic for those with food allergies because it's hard to know the source of food at parties and get-togethers. If you're the host, hold on to food labels so your guests with food allergies can double-check the ingredient list.
Even a small amount of an allergenic food, if that gets in something unexpectedly, could potentially cause a reaction.
And beware of cross-contamination. All utensils and surfaces should be scrubbed with soap and water and wiped clean. If you're the guest, experts recommend making the host aware of any food restrictions you might have as soon as possible. And don't dive into any unknown party dips without a backup plan.
If you don't have your EpiPen or your AvaQ, you shouldn't be eating because you never know what's going to be in something.
You could always host the party yourself, having your guests provide non-food items like drinks and utensils. That way, you're sure to prepare foods that are safe. Erica Edwards, NBC News.
Erica, thank you. Guests can also be asked to bring along craft projects that do not include food. It's 5:21 up next on Live at Daybreak on today's TMJ4.
Searching for a troubled teen, a high-profile 18-year-old on the run today.
Also ahead this morning, making fewer trips to the bank. The report showing a big change for customers compared with just 2 years ago.
Anthony Camilla, a radio shock jock formerly of Opie and Anthony, will be back in court next month after his arrest over the weekend. Camilla is facing charges over a fight with a woman at his New York home. The woman took to Periscope, a live streaming app, saying that she had a broken hand after the alleged assault. A judge released Camilla without bail but ordered him to stay away from the woman. Camilla denies the allegation. The search continues today for a Texas teenager sentenced to 10 years probation after a drunk driving crash that killed 4 people.
18-year-old Ethan Couch's lawyer claimed his client suffered from affluenza when the crash happened 3 years ago. He says the condition refers to an upbringing so privileged that a person can't tell right from wrong. It is not clear yet where the teen and his mother may have gone.
For your money this morning, an increasing number of Americans have not made a trip to the bank or credit union branch in months. According to a report from Bankrate.com, nearly 4 in 10 Americans have not visited a bank or credit union branch in at least 6 months. 2 years ago, it was only 5% giving that same answer.
As the new year approaches, we're likely to be making a list of resolutions. According to Brandman University study, 33% of American adults who plan to make a resolution say they'll be making financial resolutions. That includes anything from paying off debt to saving more. Another top resolution always, weight loss and/or more exercise. Coming up next on Live at Daybreak on today's TMJ4.
Looking to do some last-minute Christmas shopping. We got a local store manager giving tips on what to buy your teenager.
And political controversy, why some believe the Democratic debates are rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton.
And taking a live look outside, this is a Kohl's location in Oak Creek this morning. Kohl's is open until Christmas Eve, all the time.